Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Emma Frost. Oh man. I just want Marvel Legends to be good again. Well, I don't want to have to say bad stuff all the time. It's very draining. A negative review is not as much fun to do as a positive review. Every time I get to review a fun, good figure, it's so much more enjoyable for me. Although you guys at least seem to be entertained by the negative reviews for crappy figures, so at least there's some upside. But goodness, Hasbro, what are you doing? There's so much wrong with this figure, despite it being all new stuff. And there is good stuff too, and I'll talk about that, don't get me wrong, but what the heck. Let's go ahead and get this figure off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just shy of 16 centimeters, probably closer if you don't want to count her hair, closer to 15.5 for scaling purposes. And that's going to make her just about 6 inches, right around there. Here she is up against Darwin. There she is up against Darwin. Darwin's a little bit taller than her. Okay, question of the day. I know I've asked this before, but I get different viewers and different answers every time. How do you guys feel about Hasbro making every Marvel Legends figure look like a person in cosplay? I don't mean literally every, but just about literally every figure looks like a person in cosplay. They don't look anything like the source material. And so for example, let's just look at some source material for this character. I'll have it on the screen now. This figure does not look like the source material. It looks like an ugly faced cosplay. Again. Like they're going for this suit. We're going to get into the aesthetic right now, if you didn't notice. They're going for this really hyper-realistic, uncanny valley, ugly-ass design work for the faces on some of these figures. It looks so bad. I don't know if the sculpt is bad. It's probably okay, but the paint job on it makes her look rough. Like, really rough. Now, technically, the paintwork is nice because it's clean. You can see the eyes. It's mostly well-placed, but it does not make for a pretty face. And Emma Frost is like one of the best-looking characters in all of comics. Like, she's meant to be hyper attractive. That's just the way it is. That's how most comic characters are, really. And this is not doing it. It looks rough. The paint job on the hair, I like what they were going for, but it's messy. There's brown spots throughout my figure. I don't know if they're gonna show up on camera. They're little, but it's like dirty. I don't know what happened, but I do like the paint job with the white and the yellow. It kind of brings it to life. But that face, the realistic face with the cartoon style bodies, doesn't look good. I don't like that at all. And then, like I said, it just looks nothing like the source material. They did a better job sculpting the legs, but it doesn't have any of the appeal of the source material. And I mean appeal in the sense that it should look like the perfect specimen of a human, because that's what comic characters are, generally speaking. This doesn't look like that. This looks like a half-ass cosplay, again. There is no sculpt work in her torso, by the way, like the skin part, other than the belly button. There's like no shape to her. Might as well be a Barbie. She definitely doesn't have the breasticles that the character's supposed to have. It just looks so goofy and cheap, and it's stumpy. Most Marvel Legends are stumpy. She's stumpy too compared to the source material. Better sculpt on the legs, but really stumpy, big head, ugly face, ugly figure compared to the source material. So, that's a problem. They did do a good job sculpting, like the individual parts, her little cape thingy. That's sculpted well. It is connected to her chest, which is how it's supposed to be, but that does hinder articulation, so you can take that or leave it. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The belt is done well. The seam work on the pants, that's fine. The legs are generally better sculpted than before, but it still makes for a really ugly figure, so what the hell's the point? So aesthetically speaking, thanks to that face and thanks to the body looking nothing like a comic book character, 6 out of 10. It's rough to look at that face. As far as accessories go, get ready, it's gonna be impressive. You get 2 fist hands and 2 open hands. Alright, 0 out of 10 for accessories. Spite. Okay, let's talk about the articulation. They did do a double ball peg, so for all of you who really like that added range of articulation, range of motion, you get that. I'll pop it off so you can see how much of a wonderful job they've done with that double ball peg. Oh, that's right. They don't try to do anything the right way. There's almost no range because of how tiny the opening is for the peg. Virtually no range. I swear, it's like they're trying to do things the wrong way. They have to be at this point. They have to be. Look. You can't move the head. because of the hair and that crappy ball. You can rotate it, and that is it. For the shoulders, this doesn't flex. I mean, not really. It flexes down at the bottom, but it doesn't flex up here. So her arms are whatever you can get out of this, basically. And then you get her wrists. Okay, wonderful, great. This is the best action figure I've ever seen. Torso articulation. It leans forward like none. You know, because you can't lean it back because that's where the cape is. So they might as well have at least let you lean it forward, right? Nope. Can't lean forward. Does it lean side to side? A little bit. Okay, so it leans side to side just enough that you might be able to put her in like a movie poster stance. You know, like one hip up, one hip down, leaned over just a little bit. You know what I mean. You probably don't. Okay, let's see if the hips are any good on this brand new mold. By the way, brand new molds. Half this figure at least is brand new. I think it's more than half because this is all new. I'm guessing the arms are all old. I think the legs are new. I don't think they've used these legs before. This is new. Yeah, it's mostly new. It's just the arms I think that are old and hands. All right, let's see if the hips work. Yeah, they're not bad. You can kick almost to horizontal, so that's not bad. That's okay. For a character like this, it's fine. Going back, you get just a little bit of range. Going out to the side, not bad. So yeah, the hips work pretty well. On a character that nothing else works on, she can move really well at the hips. That's going to be helpful. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee, pinless joints. Good sculpts overall for the legs. That works nicely, no problem there. And then for the ankles, it should be decent range. Uh-oh, won't move. Let's try going forward first. Okay, so the ankles do go pretty far forward and all the way back. And the ankle rocker is going to be worthless because of the shape of the foot. Nothing they can really do about that. So that's a bummer, but whatever. Yeah, so articulation on this figure doesn't even count. Doesn't matter. 3 out of 10. You can't pose half of it at least. But the hips are good. The hips and legs are great. So what a waste of an action figure. Like honestly, at least make the face pretty. And okay, there's some degree of subjectivity there, but not that much because there's source material. So just match that. If you just match the source material, there's no argument about whether it's attractive or not because it looks like the source material. And I don't mean attracted to like a little piece of plastic. I mean, these are meant to look like people. It's meant to look like an attractive person. So if it doesn't, it's failing. And that's what's happened here. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a horrible release. There's a lot of good stuff in the details. Not overall a good figure at all. Not even a little bit. So, final verdict on this release is 3 out of 10. It's not good. There are good things. Legs are sculpted well. The seams are nice. There's the detail work around the clothing and whatnot. That's good. That's hardly enough to make an action figure good because this isn't see who can sculpt good clothing day. This is make an action figure of the source material day. You didn't get the assignment correct. Alright, there it is guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.